Hello my scrappy friends, and a big welcome to my YouTube channel today. It's Melinda Sweetman here with you. I'm just showing you the supplies that I'm using today, and it's pretty minimal. I had so much fun creating these cards. If you've never created an edge-to-edge shaker card, then this video is for you. If you want a couple of different ways to make edge-to-edge shaker cards, then this is for you. If you just want to watch and see how I created them as well, then this is for you. So what I've done here, I've got four of the four, actually I think these were smaller. They're 3x4 title cards from the brand new Make Merry collection by Tracy Reed Designs. Dropped today, 50% off with the Black Friday sale, so jump over there and pick it up if you haven't already. It's super fun. I love it so much. Anyway, so in Photoshop I have cropped them to create 4x6. Well, actually, it's A6 size, which is 10.5 centimeters by 14.8 centimeters, which is the front of an Australian size card. I don't know what it's actually called. I think it's an A6 card. So that's what I've done, and you get four that fit perfectly on an A4 sheet of paper. I've then trimmed them down, and you can see, you saw me pull out my dies. I have used my stitched rectangles to cut these down a little bit smaller. I knew that some of them I would be able to get. One of them I've got as the full front of the card, and then the other three I've made a little bit smaller. Just so that I've got the white border on the finished cards. So yeah, I didn't show you all the die cutting, but I did show you how I lined up the first one. I've basically done the same thing with the other three as well. From there, I decided to add in just a little bit more interest. Now this step is totally, you could totally skip this step and you would still have stunning cards. I just wanted to add a little bit of different color. It kind of looks like the sentiments are glowing almost. What I've got, I matched the printed colors to my Pinkfresh Studio inks, and I've got my blending brushes. You would have seen I started with my other brushes. These magic brushes by Pinkfresh Studio are the best, by the way. If you haven't used them, I cannot recommend them highly enough. They pick up a lot of ink, they lay down a lot of ink, and it doesn't take a ton of effort. Anyway, I digress. So I am using my Pinkfresh Studio magic brushes and adding colour. I'm just trying to keep the colour off the sentiment, going all the way around the edge, just darkening those edges up. The colours that I've picked are really close to, like, and kind of about a shade darker than what they have printed at. And you can see in the finished cards the effect that it gives. I really love it. I'm really, really happy with it. If anyone wants to know the colours that I've used, I can find out and let you know. I didn't write them down at the time, so I will have to go back and find out, but it won't be that hard. So you can see I am switching between the two blending brushes here. I found along the edges where the text was, the big blending brush was getting really close, sometimes going over the text, which isn't a big deal, but I did want to try to keep most of the ink to the edges, which is why I switched between the two brushes. So when I did my die cutting, because I'm using older plates, I did get some like fluffy furry edges, so I did just use my sanding block to clean those up a little bit. Then I got my little swatch book, matched the colour as best I could, but like I said, I went kind of a shade darker, and I'm coming in doing the same thing. I wanted to show you on this one as well, I do it with the others as well, that I did grab one of these smaller Pinkfresh blending brushes, just because the design comes a little bit closer to the edge there, and I don't mind that. You'll see in some of the photos that I have gone over some of the text, but I didn't want to go over all of the text, so I did bring in this smaller blending brush to keep it really close, the ink blending close to the edge. But like I said before, if you wanted to throw some quick cards together, this is a really great way of doing that. Just skip the inking, and all up, these 4 cards took me about an hour to create. I did cut out some boo-boos I made, one of these cards, when I went to put the the plastic on it, there was a hole in the front of the bag or on the sheet I was using. So I was like, oh, I got to a certain point and went, oh, I can't use this one. There's a hole, like it ends up right in the center of the front of the card almost. So I had to start that one again, but that's all right. So yeah, like I said, it took me about an hour to do these 4 cards, including my my oopsies. But this is the first way to create these edge-to-edge shakers. If you haven't done one, if you've got any old packaging lying around, and your card front fits exactly into the packaging, perfecto. You can literally slide your card front in, dump your sequins in, use the adhesive that's on the back of, like that's on the bag itself, seal it up. I do like to go in with just a bit more tape. I just use regular old sticky tape. You can see that here. Just going to make sure that that is nicely sealed and that no sequins are going to be falling out. There's the first one done. This is the, so you can see on that one, there's a hole up to the top left. The other piece I used, that hole ended up being further down, like actually onto the front of the card. So I was like, oh, this isn't going to work. So I started again. But this is the other way to do it. I've got another piece of plastic here, and you can see I'm using my magnet to hold it in place. Obviously, that plastic makes everything a bit slippery and it moves around. I've trimmed off my corners and stuck down that bottom edge. Then I'm going to come in, trim this next corner, stick that edge down. It's just a matter of like pulling it nice and taut. If you want a little bit of extra room, leave it a little bit looser. One of the things that I love about these edge-to-edge shakers is they are not super dimensional, which means they post fairly well. I don't know what postage is like anywhere else in the world, but it can get over expensive to post anything here in Australia. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. Most of my cards will get handed out in person, or I'll drop them into letterboxes, but this way they stay reasonably flat. So that I just went ahead and did all 4 of my card bases, all 4 of my card fronts like that. So they're sitting up to the top of the screen. You can kind of see them there. I'm using this beautiful smooth cardstock. I got it from the scrapbook store before they closed. It's 340 gram white cardstock. It's beautiful. I love it. I use it for my ink blending. I use it for everything I can in card making, die cutting. I love it so much. It's so good. It's beautiful quality. It's white. Yeah. So what I did was I spritzed both sides of the cardstock and then I scored it on my scoreboard, folded it in half, and then I just trimmed off the little excess bit. So my card bases are done, my card fronts are done, I've just got to attach the 2 and my cards are done. I'm using a red line tape here. You can see I'm just adding 2 strips of that onto the back of each card. Then I am going to eyeball it. I'm just going to stick them down in the center. This one that I'm doing first is the full card front. So you see me put that together. When I do that, you'll notice, I don't know, if you've ever made shaker cards, do you find that you shake them a lot? And, you know, of course, it's just that we're testing to make sure they're working properly, but it's super fun. And, yeah, shaker cards are just fun. I love them so much. So I'm just sticking those onto my card fronts, and then you will get a close-up of my head. My apologies. That one there that I just did probably has one of my favourite sequin mixes of all time. It is a really old one from Spiegel Mum Scraps. I really love it. I was reluctant to use it, but glad I used it. So yeah, that is all 4 of my cards done. Honestly, it took me like an hour, including all the ink blending. Super fun cards. Whoever gets them in them, whoever receives them, I'm sure are going to really enjoy them. Here are some close-ups. Like I mentioned earlier, this is on sale right now. It's dropped this weekend. Black Friday sales. Jump in and grab it while it's on sale. This is actually part of the Instagram hop. So jump over there and follow the hop for tons of inspiration. As always, thank you so much for choosing to spend your scrappy time with me. I truly do appreciate it. And I will see you in my next process video.